So you're new to the kitchen and you don't know where to start. No worries, I got you. This is a beginner's guide to seasoning. Now, I have a lot of experience in the kitchen. I've been working in the kitchen since I was maybe 13 or 14 years old, maybe even younger in my grandmother's kitchen. But no worries, I'm gonna guide you through the basic seasonings that you need for any dish. To start off, always salt and pepper. I like containers like these because it gives you more access to the amount that you want to add to your food. I feel like with the other ones, there's less control. Sometimes it'll spill out. Like, for example, this kind of container. Though these are really good, but containers like these, you'll be pouring them and then they fall out and then you got a bunch of, seasoning that you didn't want in your dish. So I prefer these. I got this one from TJ Maxx, and I have one for my salt and my pepper. Here, this is my bell pepper seasoning container. I gotta clean my girl up. But I have paprika, I have Italian seasoning. Sometimes I'll do basil, dried basil, or dry oregano. I'll just switch it up. Of course, I have garlic powder and onion powder. I love this little container because I have 4 little sections. I actually got this one from Temu. I had gotten it for like $4. I'm not sure if you can still find it, but they had them in green and yellow and red. Moving on, now we have chicken bouillon. Now, again, same concept with the salt and pepper. I like to keep it in a container where I can measure out according to what I want. I love these containers. I was able to find these, I think at Target. No. TJ Maxx. They're so cute. Again, so oregano. I have pollo asado seasoning. I love this. Sometimes if I don't want to use sazon, I will use this for color. It gives a nice color to the chicken. Here, I need to label this one. This is dry parsley. This one's always good for your pastas, for your salmon, for any pasta dish that you want to add. This is really, really good. If you don't have fresh parsley and stuff like that, it's a great garnish. Gives it a good color. Then when we go back in here, let me see. I have lemon pepper. Ooh. Now, I love this seasoning. I got this seasoning from Aldi for 99 cents. It was, I think, actually on sale for 89 cents. So whenever I do chicken, I'll do a lemon pepper buttery Parmesan butter. But I love to add it to chicken, whether I bread the chicken, whether I just saute, whether I bake it. This is really good for wings. Oh, really good. And then we move on. I have ground turmeric. This is really good also to give color to your rice and your chicken. Try not to use too much of it. Use it sparingly because it does have a pretty potent taste along with cumin. So when you use cumin, you want to do a couple dashes because it is very overpowering. Unless you really like the taste of it, then, you go for what you want to do. It's your kitchen. And here I have chili powder. Again, this is a good seasoning for chicken. If you want to add spice to your chicken sandwiches, to your breaded chicken, this is really good. I also use this for the homemade elotes that I do for my babies. So this is the chili powder that I use. And then we move on. And then I have a smoked paprika, always for salmon, always for chicken. I love it. This one I think was $1.99 at Aldi. Sometimes you'll find it for even cheaper. And then I'll go with my everything bagel seasoning. I love this. I am a big fan of poppy seeds, sesame seeds, and all of that goodness. especially if I'm gonna make bagels, Asiago, or an everything bagel, or if I'm gonna make sandwiches and I want to add it on top of biscuits, or for the avocado toast, I'll do, the avocado toast, and I'll add or I sprinkle everything bagel seasoning right on top of the avocado or the eggs, runny eggs. Delicious. Again, you can find it at Aldi. Then we move on to ranch. Now, I do have a bigger container of ranch seasoning up there. I love working with ranch. Delicious. And then again, whether you want to add just an extra seasoning to even your ranch, a homemade ranch, or buttermilk chicken, or just anything. There's a lot of recipes that I have with ranch seasoning. And then allspice. Now these are kind of like my sweetened condiments, sweetened spices. So I'll get back to this one. And of course, I like the taco seasoning from Aldi. I'll do a homemade mix, but if I'm in a hurry and I'm like, these are 40 cents, why not? I love working with these. I'll add it to the ground meat for a lasagna, just a tiny bit, or I'll do chicken with this taco seasoning and vegetables, so bell pepper, onion, mushrooms, delicious. I like to season my vegetables with taco seasoning or a taco seasoning mix. It's the best way to get my babies and my hubby to eat their vegetables. Moving on, a curry. I love a curry chicken. Delicious. I have a lot of recipes with this too. And then I have, this is like a mixture. I got this seasoning from Dollar Tree. And it's just a cilantro, lime, and I forgot paprika. It's really good. I like to use this with the shrimp. Then we move on. And I have this steak seasoning, of course, for the steaks. Sometimes I like to keep my steaks simple because I like the taste of meat, like a real nicely seared medium rare meat. I don't feel like it needs any seasoning, but sometimes, if my husband's like, hey, I want it a little more seasoned, I like to add this one. I'll even add this to the chicken, actually. It gives it a nice crust, especially if you do a pan sear or lightly saute. Oh man, the color of the chicken comes out amazing. Gives it a nice crunch too. Let me see. Oh, my unsalted chicken seasoning. So this is a seasoning mix from Costco. I actually have it up there. So over there, those are just bigger containers of what I have that I usually put in the small containers. I'm going to see if I have anything interesting up there. No, but I pretty much have everything in here. Those are just like extra in that first row. And then honey. Okay, so then moving on. Fennel seeds. These are great for Italian sausages, especially if you're going to add this to Italian sausages for your pizza or even the sauce. Man, it comes out great. Love these. I got this seasoning from Target. And then moving on, I have this one. I have yet to use this one. But I actually I had sent my husband to go get me cayenne pepper. And yeah, cayenne pepper. And he came home and he's like, hey, this was the only thing that had the cayenne pepper. So I'm like, I'll take it. Why not? But I have to open it. Cayenne pepper, again, great for chicken, for shrimp, all that good stuff. And then we're going to move on. Dill weed. This is really good when you're making a sauce, like a white cream sauce for your salmon. You add dill. Oh, delicious. I'll do it with cream, a little bit of cream, not too much, and butter, lots and lots of butter. And then we move on to, now I grew up with McCormick, so I absolutely love their seasonings. Ground white pepper, delicious. Ground ginger, delish. I love to use this for stir fry. It's really good. Let me see what else I got. Celery salt. Celery salt I like to use on Chicago style hot dogs, or if I'm gonna make a soup. Now again, this is something that is very overpowering in flavor, so a little goes a long way. And then we move on. What else do I have? Oh, up here I have my rice seasoning. Now my daughters love sushi. They love anything with seaweed, sesame seed on it. So this is what I have. I know my container says salt, but I gotta label it correctly. But yeah, this is what I like to use. Okay, I'm gonna save this one. I'll go in detail with this one. Now this is my container for like Caribbean spice. Well, I put Caribbean spices, but like different spices. So I have chipotle, I have Jamaican jerk seasoning, I have the cayenne pepper. I did end up buying it. And then right here I have my Cajun. Delicious. Oof, these are delicious seasonings. You want to make a jerk chicken pasta, jerk chicken with some mac and cheese and some green beans, or you could do some yams. Oh man, delicious. Cayenne pepper again for chicken, for shrimp. You can use all of these for a shrimp. You got some chipotle, Jamaican jerk, cayenne, and Cajun. That is one hell of a mix for your shrimp. Delish. So these are all my savory spices. I'm going to move on to my sweet spices. Now, obviously for my sweet spices, I always have sugar, stevia. That's a must. I also have my allspice here. Great for baking sweets and stuff. And then my vanilla extract. I got this one from Family Dollar for 99 cents. I love this brand, Chestnut Hill, and it's cheap. Oh, and of course my sazon. So this is one drawer where I keep some of my seasonings. I'm going to show you the next. Anyway, so stay focused. So now this one, these are my sweet spices. Oh, I love my little flour container. Flour, clove, I don't know, but I love this container. So here I have cinnamon, I have cloves, I have cinnamon toast, and then I have nutmeg. Let me flip it. I have nutmeg. Now these are for, you know, anytime that I want to make atoles, I want to do a rice pudding, I want to do arroz con leche, I want to do a creamy, milky, delicious oatmeal, any kind of dessert. This is my go-to container. Delicious. Smells incredible. If I want to use seasonings for my tea, like a chai tea, or even just a cup of cinnamon tea, I'll do whipped cream and I'll add one of these. The cinnamon toast is really good. I just think it has less sugar, but it's delicious. Now this is my other container full of seasonings. Some of them are repetitive, but like for example, I keep this seasoning. I actually bought this seasoning because I really like the container. But let me see. This is the blend of seasonings. I mean the blend. Sorry. So I have basil, rosemary. I have thyme, which I love to work with, sage. Really, really delicious. And I have a shrimp bouillon. Really good for soups, shrimp, fish soups, caldos. Really, really good. Or ceviche. I like to add a little bit on my ceviche. And let me see. I have pumpkin spice, but right here in this container, I have my pumpkin spice, and I have, I think, more cinnamon toast here. But I have my pumpkin spice here. Ooh. My pumpkin spice. I have my toasted sesame seeds here. I actually need some poppy seeds now that I'm looking in here. So Italian seasoning, oregano. Oh, these are my seasonings for the popcorn. When we do just plain popcorn, I'll do a seasoning of butter or white cheddar. And back here, I have my Cajun. I have so many. More Chipotle, but those are kind of repetitive. And then I can never go wrong with Sazon. I love using this. All right, guys. So this is the guide to all of the seasonings that I have. Let me know if I missed any. I know that I'm missing poppy seeds, so I gotta go buy some. I love poppy seeds. But this is just a guide to get you comfortable in the kitchen. Now, do you need all of them? No, I think you could basically stick to salt, pepper, chicken bouillon. So salt, pepper, chicken bouillon, garlic, and onion powder. As long as you have that, you're set for the kitchen, honestly. These are just, little extra. But as long as you keep it simple and you season and you're not afraid to add color to your food, you're good. Let me know if this video was helpful. I also have different oils that I use for cooking. So let me know if you want a guide for that, how I use every oil, the purpose of it, what's best to cook with what or for what. If you want any other tips in regards to seasonings or if you have tips for me, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for joining. Bye.